The 10 Richest Men in the World, 2026. The hidden stories no one talks about. Imagine waking up tomorrow with $100 billion in your bank account. What would you do? Buy a private jet? A super yacht? An island? For the 10 men in this documentary, those aren't dreams. They're everyday possibilities. But here's the surprising part. None of them became rich because they wanted expensive toys. They became rich because they solved problems that billions of people have every day. Every Google search, every Amazon order, every Instagram post, every AI prompt, every Tesla on the road, every luxury handbag sold in Paris or Dubai. Behind almost every part of modern life is an empire built by one of these men. Yet the headlines only tell you how much they're worth. They rarely tell you what it cost to get there. The sleepless nights, the near bankruptcies, the lawsuits, the failed launches, the billion-dollar gambles, or the decisions that almost destroyed everything. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the 10 richest men in the world. Not to admire their wealth, but to understand the hidden choices that built it. Because the real story isn't how they spent billions. It's how they earned the first one. Let's begin. 10. Mark Zuckerberg, the man who rewired human connection. Long before Facebook connected billions of people, Mark Zuckerberg was simply a teenager obsessed with writing computer code. While other kids played sports, he spent hours building software just to see if he could solve problems differently. That curiosity followed him to Harvard University, where in 2004, he launched a small website designed to help students connect online. Within weeks, Facebook had spread across campuses faster than anyone expected. But success came with controversy. Several classmates accused Zuckerberg of stealing their social networking idea, leading to years of legal disputes that nearly overshadowed Facebook's early growth. Most people would have focused on defending themselves. Zuckerberg focused on expanding. His biggest strength wasn't writing code. It was thinking years ahead. When Facebook bought Instagram for $1 billion in 2012, critics called it the worst tech acquisition ever. Instagram had almost no revenue and only a handful of employees. Today, that decision looks like one of the greatest business deals in history. He repeated the strategy by buying WhatsApp before competitors realized how valuable global messaging would become. But Facebook's rise also created enormous challenges. Privacy scandals, misinformation, political influence, and government investigations turned Zuckerberg from a young entrepreneur into one of the world's most scrutinized CEOs. Instead of slowing down, he made another massive gamble, renaming the company Meta and investing billions into virtual reality and artificial intelligence. Whether that bet ultimately succeeds or fails, it reflects the mindset that made him one of the richest men alive. Build for the next decade, not the next quarter. While Zuckerberg was changing how people communicate, another entrepreneur was quietly changing how the world shops. His name was Jeff Bezos, and his biggest risk began the day he walked away from one of the safest careers in America. 9. Jeff Bezos, the man who turned clicks into an empire. In 1994, Jeff Bezos had what most people would call the perfect life. He held a prestigious job on Wall Street, earned an impressive salary, and had a career many people only dream about. Then he read a report that changed everything. Internet usage was growing by more than 2,000% a year. To most people, it was just another statistic. To Bezos, it looked like the beginning of a revolution. He resigned from his job, packed his belongings into a car, and drove across America to start an online bookstore from a small garage. Friends questioned his decision, and investors doubted that people would ever trust the internet with their credit cards. But Bezos wasn't trying to build a bookstore. He was building the everything store. For years, Amazon barely made a profit because every dollar was poured back into growth. Many analysts predicted the company would collapse, especially after the dot-com crash wiped out hundreds of internet businesses. Instead, Amazon expanded into electronics, cloud computing, entertainment, groceries, and logistics. One of its least known masterstrokes wasn't selling products at all, it was creating Amazon Web Services. What began as an internal tool eventually became one of the most profitable cloud computing businesses in the world, quietly powering thousands of companies that most customers never realized depended on Amazon. Today, millions of packages move through Amazon's network every single day, and its technology reaches far beyond online shopping. Bezos once said, "Your margin is my opportunity." That philosophy transformed a simple bookstore into one of the largest companies in history. But while Bezos was reinventing commerce on Earth, another billionaire was thinking far beyond our planet. He wanted to build electric cars, reusable rockets, and one day, make humanity a multi-planetary species. His name is Elon Musk. 8. Elon Musk, the billionaire who kept betting everything. Most billionaires spend their careers protecting their wealth. Elon Musk built his by risking it. After helping create PayPal, Musk walked away with enough money to retire before the age of 40. Instead of choosing a life of luxury, he invested nearly all of it into two companies that experts believed would fail: Tesla and SpaceX. The timing couldn't have been worse. Tesla struggled to build electric cars profitably, while SpaceX suffered a series of rocket explosions that pushed the company to the brink of bankruptcy. By 2008, Musk later admitted he had enough money left to save only one company. The survival of both depended on a handful of impossible-looking decisions. Then everything changed. A successful SpaceX launch secured a major government contract, giving the company the lifeline it desperately needed. At almost the same time, Tesla received critical funding that kept production alive. Those two moments reshaped the future. Tesla forced the world's largest automakers to take electric vehicles seriously, while SpaceX proved that reusable rockets could dramatically reduce the cost of space travel, something many aerospace experts had dismissed for decades. But Musk's influence extends beyond cars and rockets. From satellite internet and artificial intelligence to brain computer interfaces, he repeatedly enters industries that most entrepreneurs consider too expensive, too risky, or too difficult. Supporters call him a visionary. Critics call him unpredictable. Both agree on one thing: few people have changed as many industries in such a short time. Yet while Musk was chasing the future, another billionaire quietly built an empire with products that had already survived for centuries. He didn't sell technology. He sold prestige. His name is Bernard Arnault, and he turned luxury into one of the world's most profitable businesses. 7. Bernard Arnault, the man who made luxury a money machine. Unlike the tech billionaires on this list, Bernard Arnault didn't invent a revolutionary product. He mastered something far more timeless: human desire. Arnault began his career in his family's construction business in France, but he saw a much bigger opportunity during the economic downturn of the 1980s. While others avoided struggling companies, he started buying famous luxury brands whose names were worth more than their failing balance sheets. His strategy was simple but brilliant. Never compete on price. Compete on exclusivity. People don't buy luxury simply because it's expensive. They buy it because it represents status, craftsmanship, and rarity. Arnault understood that if those qualities were carefully protected, customers would continue paying premium prices for generations. Over the next 4 decades, he quietly assembled an empire that included some of the world's most iconic fashion houses, jewelry brands, watchmakers, perfumes, wines, and champagne producers. Most customers never realized many of their favorite luxury brands belonged to the same company. Business insiders nicknamed him the Wolf in Cashmere. Behind his calm appearance was one of the toughest negotiators in corporate history, known for patiently waiting years before making the perfect acquisition. His greatest lesson wasn't about fashion. It was about patience. While others chased the next trend, Arnault invested in brands that had already survived a century, then positioned them to thrive for another. Today, his empire proves that perception can be just as valuable as innovation. But while Arnault was building a kingdom of luxury, another billionaire was quietly building something far more invisible. A technology so essential that banks, governments, and global corporations would eventually depend on it every single day. His name is Larry Ellison. 6. Larry Ellison, the billionaire who owned the world's data. Larry Ellison didn't build the world's most recognizable company. He built one of its most essential. After dropping out of college twice, Ellison moved to California with little direction but a growing fascination with computers. In 1977, he co-founded Oracle, convinced that businesses would eventually need a better way to store and manage data. At the time, few people cared about databases. They weren't exciting. Customers never saw them. But Ellison understood a powerful truth. Every company would eventually run on information. The early years were brutal. Oracle grew too quickly. Financial mistakes nearly derailed the company, and critics predicted it wouldn't survive. Instead of retreating, Ellison restructured the business, improved its products, and doubled down on enterprise software. It worked. As banks, airlines, governments, hospitals, and multinational corporations moved into the digital age, Oracle became the invisible engine behind them. Millions of people use services every day without realizing that Oracle software is quietly processing their transactions in the background. Ellison rarely chased headlines. He chased infrastructure. And infrastructure is often where the biggest fortunes are built. His story proves that the most valuable businesses aren't always the ones consumers recognize. They're the ones other businesses simply can't operate without. But while Ellison was organizing the world's data, another man was quietly proving that you don't need to invent the next big company to become one of the richest people on earth. Sometimes, all you need is the patience to recognize a great business before everyone else. His name is Warren Buffett. 5. Warren Buffett, the billionaire who let time do the work. While Silicon Valley was chasing the next breakthrough, Warren Buffett was doing something that seemed almost boring. He was reading, for hours every day. Before becoming one of the richest men in history, Buffett spent his childhood selling newspapers, chewing gum, and anything else that could make a small profit. But what fascinated him most wasn't spending money. It was understanding how money grows. His breakthrough came when he realized that the greatest fortunes aren't built by constantly buying and selling. They're built by owning exceptional businesses for decades. Through Berkshire Hathaway, Buffett invested in companies with strong brands, reliable profits, and products people would keep buying regardless of the economy. While investors panicked during market crashes, Buffett often did the opposite, purchasing great companies when everyone else was rushing to sell. One little-known reason for his extraordinary wealth is that most of it wasn't made early in life. It came later, not because he suddenly became a better investor, but because decades of compounding began working in his favor. Small gains turned into massive fortunes simply because he gave them time. Despite his immense wealth, Buffett became famous for living in the same modest home he bought decades ago and avoiding the extravagant lifestyle many people associate with billionaires. His greatest investment wasn't a single company. It was patience. In a world obsessed with quick success, Buffett proved that consistency often beats speed. But while Buffett was studying annual reports in Omaha, 2 graduate students in California were trying to solve a problem that almost everyone else ignored. They wanted to organize the internet. Those 2 students were Larry Page and Sergey Brin, and together they would build one of the most powerful companies the world has ever seen. 4. Larry Page and Sergey Brin, the men who organized the internet. In the late 1990s, the internet was expanding rapidly, but finding useful information was frustrating. Search engines existed, yet most returned cluttered, unreliable results. At Stanford University, 2 PhD students believed they could solve the problem. Larry Page and Sergey Brin developed a system that ranked websites by how other trusted websites linked to them, producing far more accurate search results than anything available at the time. Ironically, before building a global empire, they reportedly explored selling their search technology. Few companies recognized its true value, so they built the company themselves. They called it Google. What made Google extraordinary wasn't just its search engine. It quietly became the gateway to the internet. Every day, billions of people rely on it to learn, work, travel, shop, and answer questions in seconds. Then came an even bigger breakthrough. Instead of charging users, Google built an advertising system that connected businesses with people already searching for exactly what they wanted. It transformed advertising forever and generated one of the most profitable business models in history. The company expanded into email, maps, mobile operating systems, cloud computing, video, and artificial intelligence, becoming deeply woven into everyday life across the globe. Their biggest lesson wasn't about search. It was about solving one problem so well that the entire world begins depending on your solution. Today, billions of searches later, Google has become something most people can't imagine living without. But while Page and Brin were organizing the world's information, another man was helping build the software that powered offices, businesses, and computers everywhere, proving that even an employee could become one of the richest people alive. His name is Steve Ballmer. 3. Steve Ballmer, the billionaire who never founded the company. Most billionaires create companies. Steve Ballmer became one by helping someone else's company conquer the world. After meeting Bill Gates at Harvard University, Ballmer made a decision that looked incredibly risky at the time. He left graduate school in 1980 to join a tiny software company called Microsoft as one of its earliest employees. There were no guarantees. Personal computers were still a niche product, and Microsoft's future was uncertain. But Ballmer saw what others missed. Technology wasn't just another industry. It was about to become the foundation of every industry. While Gates focused on software innovation, Ballmer became Microsoft's driving force in sales, operations, and global expansion. Under his leadership, Microsoft transformed from a promising startup into one of the most valuable companies on Earth. What many people don't realize is that Ballmer's fortune wasn't built from a founder's stake. It came from believing in the company early, earning stock, and staying committed for decades as its value multiplied beyond anyone's expectations. When he eventually became CEO, Microsoft faced fierce competition from companies like Apple and Google. Some decisions were heavily criticized, especially in the smartphone era, but the company remained one of the most profitable businesses in history. After leaving Microsoft, Ballmer surprised the world again by purchasing the Los Angeles Clippers, becoming one of the most passionate owners in professional sports. His journey shattered one of business's biggest myths. You don't always have to found the next great company. Sometimes, recognizing greatness early and helping build it is enough to create an extraordinary fortune. But even Ballmer's wealth would soon be overshadowed by a man whose company spent decades out of the spotlight before becoming the backbone of the artificial intelligence revolution. His name is Jensen Huang. The final question: who is the most powerful billionaire? After looking at the lives of the richest men on Earth, one question remains. Who is the most powerful? Is it the man who changed how billions of people communicate? The one who transformed global shopping? The investor whose decisions move financial markets? The entrepreneur building reusable rockets and artificial intelligence? Or the businessman whose technology quietly powers the digital world? The truth is, there isn't a single answer, because the modern economy isn't controlled by one person. It's shaped by people who dominate different parts of our lives. Every search you make, every package you order, every social media post, every AI tool you use, every luxury product you admire, each exists because someone saw an opportunity long before the rest of the world did. And that's the biggest lesson hidden behind these billion-dollar fortunes. None of these men became rich by chasing money. They became rich by solving problems at a massive scale. Money simply followed. Their journeys were different. Some were immigrants. Some were college dropouts. Some nearly lost everything. Others spent decades building in silence before the world noticed them. But they all shared one uncommon habit. They thought years ahead while everyone else was focused on today. Whether you admire them or criticize them, one thing is impossible to deny. They didn't just build companies. They changed the way the world works. And as artificial intelligence reshapes industries once again, this list will continue to change. New billionaires will rise. Others will fall. But the race to shape the future has only just begun. Now it's your turn. Which billionaire story surprised you the most? Who do you think is the most powerful person on this list, and why? Let us know in the comments below. We read every comment, and your perspective might even inspire our next documentary. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden stories behind the world's richest men, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more premium Netflix-style documentaries, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next story. Thanks for watching, and remember, the world's greatest fortunes weren't built overnight. They were built by seeing tomorrow before everyone else. See you in the next documentary.